Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Kicking Bass TV for another episode of Foodie Fishing Fridays. Getting ready to head out, do a little ice fishing today in the metro area. First, gonna grab a quick breakfast at a spot I've been eating over 30 years. Then we'll hit the ice, see what kind of fish we can get into. We'll finish things off by grabbing lunch at a spot. Started off as a mere food cart, is now a Denver staple with multiple locations open. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Let's go. All right, guys, today we're running around the metro area, seeing what we can get into on the front range. We've had pretty consistent low overnight temps for the last week, which has been great for ice conditions all around the state. Actually allowed us to get on a couple spots. We usually don't get the fish because they don't freeze that well. On the way to the first spot, had to swing by Salsas Mexican restaurant in Wheat Ridge to grab a little something to go. They've been around over 30 years. I actually lived right behind this place when I was a kid. In my opinion, best salsa, best green chili you can find. So I grabbed a smothered burrito to go, headed out to the first lake. Even though this clip
looks like it's sped up, I assure you it is not sped up one bit. This is just how you're gonna wanna eat these burritos because they're so damn good.
It didn't take very long at all before we had our first fish of the day through the ice, which ended up being pretty decent sized largemouth, as you can see right here. Hit that Bass Dash spoon that we've been throwing for the last couple of weeks and having a ton of success with. Definitely a great start to the day. As we worked our way back to the corner of the lake, we found a considerable amount of blood on the surface of the ice, a few spots where it looked like this deer had obviously been dragged from place to place and fed on for the last couple of days by local coyotes and dogs. But because of the visible tracks in the fresh snow, we could see it was obviously chased by a large breed cat, a bobcat, or mountain lion. And it's not uncommon for those large breed cats to find their way down into the heart of the city, which is why you'll see a lot of signs posted at local parks to be mindful of that, especially if you're walking your animals in the area. And it's something that at this particular body of water we've seen a lot more of, being the third time this year. From there, we decided to move across town to another cluster of lakes located right off the highway in the heart of the city. Trying to target some panfish here. We've got relatively shallow body of water averaging 5 to 6 feet deep, with a couple of pockets at 10 to 12 feet. Sure enough, as soon as we moved out to that deep water, started getting into schools like this beautiful sunfish here. It's one of my other favorite species to catch, whether through the ice or open water. Got them on that tungsten jig, tipped with one of our pink artificial wax worms. And that's something that we utilize year round because you throw that on a float line in the summer and catch a number of different species. We've caught everything from big bass, to carp, catfish, perch, bluegill, you name it. It's got it done for us and at a more cost-efficient way than just going through pack after pack of live waxworms and trying to keep them alive in between fishing trips. Not only that, but if you were to catch the amount of fish we caught today with live bait, you would easily go through 2 to 3 boxes of worms. We only use 2 artificial waxies for all these fish. You got the ability to color match these with any ice jig of your choice, and you can take it a step further by adding specific scents to help target different species like the garlic, cappuccino, or the panfish candy. Decided to make one more quick stop before lunch, so I popped a hole right off the bank, right by this partially submerged tree, because the fact that it is exposed to the sunlight can mean a 1 to 3 degree variance in temperature, which, while it doesn't seem like a whole lot to us, is definitely a lot to those warm water species trying to survive those frigid winter conditions. It's always somewhere you want to check for bass to pull to, and if they're not holding there steadily, you'll find that they'll move through periodically to try to ambush some of the target prey that will also be hanging out there for cover. Just a couple minutes into jigging by that laid down timber, we had another bass. This one not nearly the size of the one we started the day with, but we'll take it. This time on the chartreuse waxie. We only used 2 waxies for all the fish we caught today. Had a ton of fun running around the metro area. Now let's go grab some lunch. Today we're gonna be eating at Takabe off of 44th Avenue in Denver. They've been around since 2008. One of my favorites, only American Indian owned restaurant in the metro area, now with multiple locations serving up indigenous food like the Indian tacos that they absolutely pile sky high. Staff are always super friendly. They've got some really cool indigenous art. If you've got a sweet tooth like me, you gotta grab yourself some of the fried bread nuggets. I love these things so much so that I ate an entire box, got a second box to go, and before I even got out to the car, I was already breaking into them. So next time you're in Denver, stop by Takabe on 44th Avenue, grab a bite to eat. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification to stay up to date with our new videos and giveaways. And as always, I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Until next time, I'm D with Kicking Bass TV.
Subscribe.